This is my story, the story of how I became a vampire. It all started the day I found a strange book in an old bookstore in town. Its cover was black, with engraved symbols that seemed to be in an ancient language. The bookseller told me he had bought the book years ago from a mysterious traveler, and no one had ever been able to decipher its contents. Out of curiosity, I bought the book. It took me a few weeks to translate parts of the book. It appeared to contain a series of strange instructions and rituals. One of them was about becoming a vampire. It said that if someone could perform a specific ritual and gather the necessary materials, they could gain the powers of a vampire. The materials required for the ritual were truly bizarre. Soil from an ancient graveyard, leaves from a rare plant that only grows under a full moon, and the blood of a black bat. It took me several weeks to collect everything. I took the soil from an old graveyard in the forest, found the leaves on a night of the full moon, and captured the bat's blood using a special trap. I performed the ritual on a dark, moonless night. The book instructed that it had to be done in a remote and silent place. I chose an old cave deep in the forest. I drew a circle with the graveyard soil and placed the leaves in the center. Then, I poured the bat's blood over the leaves and began chanting the strange words written in the book. When I uttered the final word, the air turned cold, and a strong wind began to blow. The circle of soil started to glow, and the leaves and bat's blood slowly evaporated. Suddenly, I felt a powerful energy rising from my feet upward. My heart raced, and then, everything went black for a moment. When I regained consciousness, I felt lighter, and my senses were sharper than ever. I could hear the buzzing of insects from a great distance, and the darkness of the cave was as clear as daylight to me. But there was something even stranger. I felt an intense thirst, a thirst that no amount of water could quench. After the ritual, I realized I was no longer the same. I had to learn how to use my new powers. My first hunt was a deer. The scent of its blood drew me in. When I drank its blood, I felt a new energy flowing through my veins. But I knew this was just practice, and I had to prepare for the real hunt. Now, I was a vampire. I had to learn how to live in the darkness, avoid sunlight, and control my thirst. The book had told me that becoming a vampire was only the beginning, and I had to learn the rules of my new world. But there was one thing I had never considered: the pain of immortality. I could no longer connect with people the way I used to. I had to stay away from them to keep my secret hidden. I couldn't see my friends or family anymore. This was the pain of loneliness that I had never anticipated. Now, here I am, in the darkness of the night, with my new powers and the pain of immortality. The book had told me I could choose, either adapt to this new life or destroy myself. But I'm still not sure. Maybe one day I'll find a way to live a better life, or perhaps I'll remain in this darkness forever. This is my story, the story of how I became a vampire. Now, what do you think? Should I adapt to this new life, or is there another way?